9 years ago, the ScaleUp Institute started its journey to track the progress of our scale-up economy. Since then, we have travelled across the globe and to every corner of the UK to champion the bright sparks that are our scale-up leaders, driving innovation, societal impact and global ambition. Our planet has always been a product of evolution and revolution. From its very origins, it has had to adapt, develop, select, evolve. Today, many would say we are at a pivotal moment that will determine the future of this planet and its human inhabitants. As we face the choice of how we engage with the technological revolution and leverage it to the benefit of society, humanity, and planetary longevity. At the forefront of today's opportunities are our scale-up businesses, who across the world are generating new ideas, new solutions to world problems, and are drivers of local economies. Scale-ups remain a key to future prosperity, providing we can unlock their full potential and harness our resources effectively towards them. Our journey today takes us into the depths of the UK environment to assess the health of our UK scale-up ecosystem. So join me as we take a walk through our scale-up forest and into the hive of activity that makes up our scale-up community, as we assess what is working and what more needs to be done to evolve, revolutionise and sustain our UK scale-ups. As we hover over the UK landscape, we see the continued significant contribution our UK scale-ups make to our economic prosperity, now generating nearly 60% of the UK SME economy, despite representing only 0.5% of businesses, with overall productivity and revenue contributions remaining strong. However, as signalled last year, the effects of COVID and geopolitics, alongside resultant cost and supply chain pressures, have taken their toll on total scale-up numbers, with a shrinkage of overall number of scale-ups to 28,410, whilst the pipeline remains significant but needing conversion. As we fly over our cities and regions, we observe the vibrant and diverse scale-up clusters evolving around the country, and the power of our science and tech base moving to second in scale-up sector significance from fifth in 2013, with 17 local areas having scale-up growth, albeit at a slowdown overall, and stubborn regional disparities still needing to be conquered. To galvanise local scale-up communities, in 2023, the ScaleUp Institute convened, with Innovate UK, 10 of our UK regions to delve into how to further foster their local scale-up and innovation economy, and the tools necessary to drive it forward, with scale-up ecosystem lessons imparted from Cambridge to Boston, from Ohio to Newcastle. And in a positive vein, it is encouraging to see that our scale-ups do remain getting bigger, with 10,161 now appearing on our visible index, having broken through the 10.2 million turnover and or 5.1 million asset barrier. This represents a 164% increase since we started observing visible scale-ups in 2017. Of these scale-ups, 325 are listed on AIM and 745 are female-founded, up by 8% in 2023. And, as at the end of 2022, we have 63 unicorns within them, against a backdrop of the 157 created since 1998, with 19 university spin-outs. The index continues to highlight the role of the British Business Bank, National Development Banks and Innovate UK as vital limbs in our foundations to maintain, sustain and grow our scale-up community. Grants to scale-ups by Innovate UK of 375 million, 23x, leveraging 8.67 billion of private sector money, highlighting the kite mark effect Innovate UK has in crowding in private sector backers to scaling businesses, whilst the British Business Bank has backed 86 investment firms, 50 of which have invested in one or more visible scale-ups since 2011. These agencies, along with tax incentives, have helped to support the early seed stage private risk capital and Series A-B investment so vital, but must be robust enough to follow through the series value chain and not create false cliff edges. We have a burgeoning troupe of UK and international scale-up investors, with BGF holding its position as the most active investor in our scale-up cohort. Crowdfunding platforms Seedrs and Crowdcube continue to be prolific backers of scale-ups. By total investment value, DST Global has narrowly edged out SoftBank Vision Fund. The two are followed by Accel Partners. Whilst international investors remain critical and are engaging significantly into UK scale-ups at seed stage, with ability to follow on through the scaling cycle, we need to make sure our UK scale-ups have a better choice of UK capital, and that our UK investor base is truly providing a sufficient continuum of long-term patient growth capital that scale-ups across the country can access. How we double down to enable more scaling firms to fully flourish and scale-ups to grow ever further must remain a priority. This will demand the ecosystem smoothing their pathway and removing their obstacles to further scale. So, what more do we need to do? Well, let's join our visionary scale-ups as they stargaze their future and assess the skies ahead. Let's view the horizon through the lens of 306 of our scale-up CEOs, as they forecast the future 12 months. We see the bright skies of their ambition to scale again in 2024, with 9 in 10 expecting to grow again and 1 in 5 expecting to scale at 50% or more. They remain highly innovative and international, planning investment in R&D and seeking global expansion, with AI viewed as a significant opportunity in their future plans. However, the economic outlook is a rain check to their aspirations. It is overcast by the increasing cost of doing business, and they see increasing storm clouds gathering on the ability to scale in the UK. Barriers persist in their ability to scale. Access to markets at home and abroad and talent are their most significant concerns heading into 2024, with hurdles to accessing growth capital and building their leadership capacity still remaining. To reach cloud 9 of their scale-up potential, our scale-up leaders want consistency and commitment to local and national growth and tax initiatives. They view local hubs and enterprise agencies as a key enabler to access the raft of national resources from the public and private sector. Access to R&D and innovation, including the infrastructure surrounding that, remains essential support scale-ups want more from the public sector, and this needs to be even easier to access. Scale-up CEOs want a step change in connectivity with universities, advisors and investors. They are keen to have more dedicated and tailored local scale-up support, with better advice on funding options, introductions to investors, and better connectivity to the R&D and talent resources available at universities and business schools. They want to be put on the map, be better known, and be relationship managed. Swooping down on the detailed challenges our scaling business leaders continue to face, we observe that on the market access forecast, 8 in 10 of our scale-ups operate in the B2B market, whilst 2 in 10 are in B2C. This leads to distinctive challenges and opportunities which we should be addressing better. B2B scale-ups still find themselves wading through complex and protracted processes, and it is difficult to access key decision makers and find what contract opportunities are available to bid on. B2C scale-ups need support to enhance the awareness of their brands, including in choosing the right channels to market and how to understand and influence their target audience. Private and public sector players can take simple actions to address these issues, such as more Meet the Bar events, more dedicated scale-up procurement managers, and more funding, including corporate venturing, placed towards scaling firms. Being a scale-up, as our unicorn insights and correlation analysis shows, means being global, and we know exporting is a predictor of scale-up success. As we head into 2024, our scale-ups remain focused on exporting across the world and dialing up their desire to go beyond Europe. However, we still need to do much better in organising towards their international aspirations by aligning end-to-end resources with better introductions to overseas buyers, more tailored scale-up trade missions and market information, alongside dedicated scale-up points of contact. Talent recruitment and retention continues to be at the forefront of our scale-up CEOs' minds and their single biggest challenge on a day-to-day basis. Hiring across the UK and internationally, scale-ups are using a range of measures to build and retain their talent base. They continue to be providers of apprenticeships and are now offering returnerships. They want to use a scale-up visa, but the majority are unaware of it. As part of their talent drive, they are seeking better engagement with educators, investing further in in-house training, raising salaries in the next 12 months, and planning to improve their benefit schemes, with flexible and hybrid working the norm. In their future horizon, they will continue to embrace technology, including big data and AI. They view AI as a significant opportunity, albeit wanting to make sure it operates ethically and safely, with 5 in 10 believing an international oversight body would be worthwhile to develop. Digital skills remain high on their agenda, as well as entrepreneurial skills. As Maths 218 is deliberated, scale-ups are clear it should fit the modern age and include coding, financial modelling and AI, as well as investment training. In forecasting the future talent needs, scale-ups are looking for people management, collaborative skills, and individuals able to demonstrate resilience, flexibility, and the ability to think critically. At a leadership level, they continue to need support in sales, strategy, branding, and marketing, with non-executive directors, advisors, and mentors in demand. They value peer-to-peer engagement and want more of it. Turning to growth capital, as high users of finance, in all forms, angel and VC remain vital sources, scale-ups still view the funding landscape as patchy and raising capital to be an uphill struggle, with 5 in 10 considering they have insufficient capital to meet their scale-up trajectory. The perception that growth capital is more prevalent in London and the South East persists. And, while scale-ups are clear of the value they place in government and private sector developments to unlock institutional capital, 8 in 10 currently do not think that this new institutional capital will reach them. Scale-ups want to see the private and public sector offer more opportunities to meet investors locally and create new networks of finance mentors and opportunities to learn from peers who have raised funds before. Additionally, providing regular investment briefings, relationship managers, and structured referrals between financiers is seen as valuable. As heavy investors in R&D, people and equipment, scale-up CEOs consider the UK taxation system as a key enabler to scaling. EIS, SEIS, R&D and capital allowances remain playing essential roles. These need to remain in place and be consistent. Raising awareness of these schemes and making them as broad and as easy to access as possible, particularly for R&D, remains a key ask. In the 9 years the ScaleUp Institute has been scanning our scale-up horizon, scale-up CEOs have been consistent on their needs. Today, their forecast message is clear. Despite cloudy economic predictions ahead, they are bright about their ability to grow, leveraging AI and technology, innovating and pushing forward on international expansion. But they need the ecosystem to blow away stubborn market, talent and finance barriers, and to proactively connect solutions to scale-ups that cut through. And, with confidence fragile, we need consistent long-term policies for scale-ups to feel secure in their future R&D and investment plans. So, with the forecast in mind, let's dive into the sea of policy and what we still need to achieve if we are to make sure our scale-up waters are less choppy and more plain sailing. Today, the UK's shoal of scale-ups are more and more recognised as a distinctive and significant economic force that should have specific tailored and segmented support. We have an increasing swell of ecosystem actors, including institutional investors, leaning into scale-ups, and we have made progress on a number of key ScaleUp Institute recommendations. In particular, we have seen propulsion forward in affirming the UK's membership of Horizon Europe, an important partnership for scale-ups, in public procurement and investment research reviews where key recommendations have aligned to scale-up needs, on commitments to building out clusters and investment zones and sectoral strategies, including taking forward the Life Science Scale-Up Task Force recommendations and Creative Sector Growth Programme. And, significantly, in the package of measures now underway to address the growth capital gap in unlocking institutional capital. This is real progress, but these initiatives need to be implemented at pace if we are to sustain and grow our scale-up pods, and they need to cut through to scaling businesses in every sector and locality. At present, the connectivity with scale-ups is not sufficiently proactive or consistent. We still need to organise and collaborate much better and take lessons from our international counterparts, including in fostering account management and high-growth teams. We can use data to far more effect, pinpointing scaling firms and connecting them swiftly to relevant resources, as well as through open data access and sandboxes that provide them with tools to enable their scale-up pathway. This includes leveraging more effectively data held in HMRC, which the Digital Information Bill should enable. On access to markets, internationally, we have consistently recommended that all UK regions establish international GROW programmes, mirroring and collaborating with the successful London model. So we are delighted to see the recent GROW partnership with the West Midlands. At the national level, the creation of DSIT and DBT is welcome and should bring greater cohesion to scale-up policy. In bringing trade and business closer together, we hope this fosters greater ability to drive forward dedicated scale-up export managers, trade missions and scale-up desks. UK export finance continues to evolve, and we welcome the further work underway to review how they become more engaged with scaling firms. Domestically, at a public level, the Procurement Act is a step forward, as is the review by Sir Patrick Vallance, which the ScaleUp Institute fed into. Its recommendations align with many scale-up requirements, particularly in terms of the focus on better organising government procurement with clear information and pathways to engage, and more dedicated and informed resources. This should include formal job descriptions, KPIs, and carving out department procurement budgets towards R&D and scaling firms, alongside better leveraging of SBRI and sandbox opportunities. Corporates can continue to learn from their peers that undertake this well and engage in programmes such as GROW, as well as sectoral and catapult hubs around the country. A scale-up procurement charter should be considered. In progressing our talent pipeline, our education system continues to need to adapt to the modern economy and keep pace with scale-up needs. In the debate around the school curriculum, we should be mindful to not lose what is working today and ensure that, between practical, social, art and technical skills, a balance is held. Entrepreneurship training can be dialed up, along with connections to scale-ups through employer encounters, which can be further fostered through existing platforms endorsed by the ScaleUp Institute. Likewise, digital skills continue to need up-tiering, with the work of the Digital Skills Council remaining important, and as highlighted earlier, Maths to 18 presents a real opportunity to equip children with practical future work-related skills. We should continue to aim to have consistent digital skills grading, as we have with music grades. Local skills partnerships should include a clear scale-up plan. Lessons can be learned from Scotland in this regard, as well as initiatives in Liverpool and West Yorkshire. And on bolstering access to international talent, better awareness of the Scale-Up visa is urgently needed, alongside making sure it offers the fast track it was originally intended to do, an area we are exploring further with the Home Office. On the leadership gap, the ScaleUp Institute continues to work with Innovate UK and the private sector in addressing our Scale-Up's peer-to-peer, mentoring and non-executive director needs, with the piloting of a non-executive director service in 2023, which will roll out further in 2024. Programmes that universities are developing to help scale up leadership, such as the Liverpool John Moores Scale-Up MBA, should be built upon, and Innovate UK Innovation Fellowships considered for expansion to scale-up firms. As we consider how to help our most promising spin-outs to scale, and as we open up further university collaboration, there should be a more balanced weighting of investment to KEF initiatives. There is also opportunity to further leverage Innovate UK's role post-spin-out to support commercialisation through the scaling cycle. Since the foundation of the ScaleUp Institute, many more scale-up leadership initiatives have been established, which we continue to monitor the quality and impact of. In 2023, we are pleased to welcome to the ScaleUp Institute's endorsed ranks Workfinder, Horizon 37, the Creative Destruction Lab, and Edge Hill University's High Growth Innovation Sprint programme. We will continue to do all we can in promoting these impactful programmes to scale-ups through enhanced online tools and regional activities. As we turn to growth capital, 2023 has seen a pivotal step forward in impetus in the public, regulatory and private sector to close the scale-up growth capital gap, with the development of the Edinburgh and Mansion House reforms and compacts, including the intermittent trading venue and lifts initiatives, and the progress of the Capital Markets Industry Task Force. These initiatives should help evolve the choice, scale and depth of UK scale-up capital. They should also improve the access to public markets and redress the equity investment equilibrium alongside the listings dynamics. The key to success lies in swiftly implementing these reforms and ensuring that new capital reaches and connects with scaling businesses across the nation. This requires continued collaborative effort between the private and public sectors, along with the development of research and information sharing, as laid out in the Rachel Kent Review, new benchmarking tools and new growth fund solutions. The British Business Bank, as outlined in the Mansion House reforms and our own Future of Growth Capital report, can play an important role in this process. Promoting knowledge transfer and cultivating a cultural shift in institutional governance and trustee mindsets will be essential. This transformation can be fostered by regulatory oversight and schemes that train VC skill sets, similar to our US colleagues, which the BVCA Compact should help. In expanding the continuum of scale-up capital and addressing diversity and regional disparities, it's vital to maintain tax incentives to support early-stage investment and remove year restrictions hindering follow-on flows. Additionally, regional programs like the Regional Angel Programme and regional funds should be maintained and expanded, while the venture debt and future fund breakthrough options should be developed further. Investment zones can play an important role in connecting and convening capital with scale-ups and should have dedicated resources to foster such. Moreover, more structured showcasing and referrals between investors should be considered. To join the dots, in 2024 the ScaleUp Institute will continue its work around the country and is pleased to announce today our Round UK ScaleUp Britain tour, working with the London Stock Exchange and our partners alongside local ecosystem leaders. Underpinning our scale-up economy must be the ecosystem infrastructure that supports growth. Local clusters and hubs play a crucial role in fostering scale-ups, which has been evidenced in our ongoing international and UK work. We need to leverage and expand the hubs that are working well and the initiatives that are having impact. To drive certainty into the ecosystem and give confidence to investment, similar to our international counterparts, we should consider granting greater permanence to institutions like the British Business Bank and Innovate UK. For our part, the ScaleUp Institute will continue to be the owl, the observatory of trends, the wisdom provider on what works, and wave maker for scale-ups, leaning into the ecosystem to foster and nurture understanding, knowledge, and local scale-up growth. Our 10-point plan for scale is moving forward, but is not yet fertile in every area. We will remain relentless in our focus of work with the private and public sectors to deliver upon this. As we emerge from the sea of scale-up policy, having taken stock of our stargazing scale-ups and the scale-up landscape today, we know that a scale-up pathway is being carved out, but it needs to be an easier and more joined up, proactive and collaborative one, making sure scaling firms can plant secure roots to scale further and stay here for decades to come. The scale-up community continues to change our planet in extraordinary ways, and can be transformed further by us being a powerful force in propelling it forwards to new and brighter horizons.